Hey guys, welcome back. So today is Monday. It is a little bit later in the afternoon. It is like 4 o'clock. This morning I just did a Pilates class. I went to Avea, which I figured you guys probably don't want to see again because you saw it earlier this week, or not early, no, last week actually. Sorry, trying to figure out the uploading schedule. So I didn't show you guys, but what was actually really funny was I was like, no, I like walked in and there's 2 rooms in the Pilates studio. So I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm in the back room. And she's like, oh no, there's not a class back there. There's only this one. And I was like, that's so weird. Cause when I booked it on ClassPass, I was like, pretty sure I booked the back room, because there was like 2 classes and I could pick. So I was like, that's weird, but you know, maybe like no one ended up signing up for that room or whatever. So I like let it go and I sat down, and then another girl walked in and she did the same exact thing. She was like, I booked like the back room, but like, this is my name. And then the lady was like, no, like you're in this room with me, whatever. And then all these people kept like funneling in. And then she started putting people in the other room. So I was really confused. I was like, okay, maybe I just like booked the wrong room by accident or whatever. And then it turns out that the teacher, I guess, was like not on the schedule, but for some reason like the ClassPass app or the Avea Pilates system or something got messed up. So I felt so bad because I was supposed to be in the room where the teacher wasn't there. And so then she just like told everyone in that room and was just like, that they should just leave, and then they'd like refund them and give them an extra class. I don't know. It was just like so confusing, and I felt so bad because I feel like I was supposed to be in that room and someone else didn't get to take a Pilates class, but it wasn't really my fault because the girl told me that was the right room, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that was like the debacle that happened this morning. The other thing that happened is like my polish like totally came off of my nail. So I booked a nail appointment for tomorrow, but today I have another audition. I told you guys when it rains it pours, so I have an audition for a movie. It is a self-tape audition. I'm gonna be doing it around like 5:30ish, so I have all my lines memorized. I did that earlier today. I'm still not dressed for it. I did my makeup for it, but I'll probably just have to like touch it up before we get started. But I definitely need to figure out an outfit for this character. But before I get ready to audition, I figured I would answer some of the questions that you guys left on my community board post for my last acting video, just because I already had like basically edited and uploaded the vlog when a couple of people had commented on it. So I'm going to answer those questions. So let's do it. Okay, so let's answer some of those questions. So the first question is from Jean, and she asked, do you have a goal to be in a movie or just Broadway? I really just want to do movies. That being said, like I do love theater. I'm not a singer, I'm not a dancer, I'm mostly just an actress. I have done musical theater. Sorry, my dog's being loud. I have done musical theater in the past in like high school and stuff, but in college, I just went straight for acting. So while I wouldn't be opposed to doing Broadway, it definitely isn't my goal, and I would not do like a musical unless it was a acting only role, because I'm not qualified to do that. Like I can sing and dance at like an amateur level pretty well, but definitely not a professional level at all. So probably just movies. But like I said, I wouldn't turn down Broadway. Who do I think I am? I wouldn't turn down Broadway. Who would turn down Broadway? Okay, so the next question is from Real Life with Sheila. Have you had any acting jobs since the pandemic? What's the average pay? Okay, so this is kind of a hard one to answer. It shouldn't be, but it is. I was supposed to shoot 2 movies in last October, and because of the pandemic, SAG, which is the Screen Actors Guild, which is like the union for actors, they put in place new rules for the pandemic, and that required like extra funding for these like safety precautions, which totally makes sense. But because of that, these movies were small, like indie movies, and so it required a lot bigger of a budget, and so that would cut into profit margins. So basically the projects kind of got put on hold until like the pandemic situation's kind of over, and one of them they need to find like new funding for, because the funding dropped out because of the pandemic. It was like that whole kind of thing. So yes, I technically have been cast in things since the pandemic, but the pandemic kind of ruined things. And then what's the average pay? There really isn't an average pay. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on if it's a TV show, a movie, how many lines you have, what kind of role it is, what things you've been in the past, how well your agent negotiates your contracts. So there's a lot. It depends. Like even if things like nudity, or if you're driving a car, or like certain little things like that that make it a little bit more like risky, if you will, ups pay. So it really just depends. It can truly range like no other. It also depends on if it's a non-union gig or a union gig. So there's not really an answer to that. Sorry. I wish I could give you a better, like a number range or anything, but I can't. The next question is, how did you get started, plus your favorite and least favorite thing about acting? So I kind of fell into acting. I did ballet, classical ballet, for like over 10 years as a kid. I was very competitive with it. I was going to summer camps for it all the time. And that was kind of my goal, was to be like with a professional ballet company. But then I broke my ankle and I was in a cast for over a year. And so while I was in my cast, I decided to go into a chorus class because some of my friends were in it and they were like, you would just like love it, it's so fun. So then I did chorus and I was like, wow, I really love this whole singing thing. So then my mom decided to put me in a summer camp that was a theater camp called Stage Door Manor, which is like this amazing summer camp for like really talented children. And like there's kids who are on Broadway who then go there. There's like Natalie Portman came out of there, Leah Michele came out of there. It's just like a really, really intense summer camp where you put on a musical or a play depending on which you're cast in 3 weeks. You also take classes and do a bunch of other stuff. It's a sleepaway camp in upstate New York. They put on like 15 shows every 3 weeks for the whole summer. So I would go there and I kind of just like fell in love with theater. And so then I started doing my high school's theater, and I kind of just started to realize that I liked acting a lot more than I liked singing and dancing. I've always been like actor, dancer, singer. I get very nervous to sing, so I was like, you know what, I just don't think the singing part's for me. And so then I auditioned for acting programs, and the rest is history, and that's basically how it all happened. My favorite thing about acting is that, ooh, this is hard. What is my favorite thing? There's so many things that I love about it. I think my favorite thing is being able to like to step into someone else's shoes. Like you really get to understand different kinds of people, and like especially me, I played a lot of like mean roles, and so you start to see like the perspective of why people are mean and kind of the psychology behind that, and figuring out like the relationships with this character, and kind of like just using your imagination and creativity to figure out who this character is and like what their motives are in life and in their scenes and what tactics they use. Like it's really all of that. I absolutely love it. But I have two, so these are like tied. I just feel my happiest after I've acted. Like it's so stupid, but it feels like a calling. It's one of those things that like once I'm done doing it, I just am so happy. Like, you know, people are so happy after they like exercise or I don't know, like land a promotion. Like that's how I feel every single time I act, unless I did like a really horrible job or something. But I don't know, it's meant to be with me. I don't really understand what it means. Like when people are like, oh, well, are you gonna quit? I'm like, well, no, like I just don't. It's like who I am kind of thing. It's like in my DNA a little bit. My least favorite thing about acting is like the stability of it, or like the lack thereof, actually. Like just like not knowing what my life's gonna look like and how a lot of it's out of my control. Like I can do the best that I can on auditions and, you know, take classes and work really hard and, you know, get the right headshots, do the right reels, like do everything right. And it just still might not be my time yet. And so not really like having a straight set forward path is like really frustrating. And I'm getting better at accepting that, but that can be really, really hard. And then Diane Baker asks, what would be your dream job? So I've answered this a couple times, but to be straightforward, I would just love to be a series regular on a TV series that shoots in New York. I would just like absolutely love that. And like I said in the last vlog, preferably not like a reboot, just because I think it's really hard to step into those characters and not get like compared to the previous cast, slash I feel like no one ever loves the new cast as much as they like the old cast, so it's just like harder to step into those roles. But I would take anything, but I really would just love to be a series regular in a TV show that shoots on the streets of New York City. So yeah, so that is the rest of the questions. Feel free to like ask me other questions. Maybe I have to do more of these Q&As because you guys seem to really enjoy them. But it is 4:30, so I am just going to start like setting up my self-tape kind of situation and kind of going over my lines, warming up a little bit, and then get on the phone with my reader. So I will put in a little snippet here of my audition. Good morning. Well, more like good afternoon. It is the next day. It is Tuesday. I just realized that I think I deleted my last clip from yesterday, so I'm not, and I didn't upload it to my computer. So we'll see how that goes, but I think I did delete it. I will let you know down below if I did delete it, but I ate some yummy sushi last night, so if I deleted that clip, that's what that was. It's disappointing. Whatever. My audition yesterday went really well. My manager really liked it, but I was laughing so hard because she was saying that she liked it, but she thought my hair was like too put together and too perfect, and I was just dying laughing. So I was like, girl, that's my natural hair. I literally just put some like mousse in it. So I was like, it's literally not perfect. But she was saying, she's like, oh, well, your straighter hair is a little more messy. I was like, I don't understand how you got that, but all right. Anyway, I'm going to go get my nails done today because my 2 pointer fingers, the powder gel came off, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to the Upper East Side for that. Right now I am making myself some lunch. I have like no groceries and I'm going to Florida next week, so I'm like, I don't want to buy a ton of groceries, so I'm just making some like leftover crispy tofu with some nutritional yeast and cornstarch on it and salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to put it in an almond flour tortilla and add some cherry tomatoes and maybe some like buffalo sauce or something. So if you guys watched my last vlog, you know I've been looking for a pilates mocha machine. I think that's how you say it, and I keep saying it wrong. This is not how you say it. And I couldn't find one, so I ordered one off Amazon, and I think it's arriving today, which I'm really excited for because that means I can make you guys, we'll show you guys how to make a little latte, slash we can figure it out together. But yeah, I've got this cute little outfit on, so let me show you guys what I'm wearing. So ignore the mess around me, but I'm wearing my Aim Leon Dore Yankee hat. It's really cute because it has a little green detailing. I've got my big hoops on. These ones are from Amazon. I've got this dress, which if you can see a wet stain right here, it's because I spilled some stuff on it when I was cooking. It's just this midi dress from Aritzia, and then I am going to be wearing my Nike Dunks. So yeah, so I guess I'll check back in with you guys when my lunch is done, and then we need to head off to the nail salon. So this is my lunch. I ended up putting some vegan Caesar on it instead of buffalo sauce. I don't know how that'll taste, but pretty good for like a scrap together meal. I don't mind telling you. So I will check back in with you guys before I head out for the nail salon. Oh, the joys of living in New York City. My portable washing machine can't do my bedding, so I have to carry it all the way to the cleaners. I just dropped off my laundry, and now I am heading to the subway to go uptown to the Upper East Side. I really wish my nail place was a lot closer. It's really unfortunate that it is so far away, but it's worth it. It's the only place that does good dip, so, or dip gel or whatever it's called, powder gel. Yeah. All right, so let's do it. Alright guys, I am back from the nail salon. I just got like a little French manicure. It's pretty cute. I think she did an okay job. I'm getting kind of fed up because the lady who like owns the salon and answers the phone, she's the one who does my nails, and she's the only one who can do dip French, and I think only really dip well. And so she's like answering phone calls the entire time she's doing my nails and like checking people out, and like so it takes like twice as long as it should, but whatever, it's fine. But this finally came, my Bialetti coffee machine. I guess this one's for the ocean, so that's exciting. So let's open her up. This is so weird. It looks like it was opened before. I'm gonna like write something at Amazon. Not that I care, but I paid for a brand new one. I kind of wanted a new one. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And basically the espresso comes like out of that little hole. So I'm gonna have to look up how to do this before we get started. But I also got my favorite coffee. Irving Farms is like by far my favorite coffee shop in New York City. Their coffee is just so good and so rich, and like their iced lattes are like my favorite. I didn't realize they had so many different blends, which is like really exciting. Got their 71 House Milk Chocolate Toffee Clementine Medium Roast. It says this was named for our flagship cafe at 71 Irving Place in Gramercy Park. Our house blend of Central and South American single origins shine in its body, sweetness, and depth. So I thought this one was going to be kind of good because I kind of like sweeter, chocolatey, caramely kind of coffees. So I thought this would be perfect for me. And then they ground it for me. They actually asked me like what machine I was using, and so I said this. I was like struggling with this name again. So let me look up a tutorial about this and then I will try to make it with you guys. Okay, so it seems pretty straightforward. So you basically put water in the bottom part up until this little like screw thing, and then you put the filter on the thing or something. I don't know what that's, I'm assuming that's the filter. And then it looks like you take your beans or your coffee, or I don't know. For how much I like coffee, I don't know a lot about it. Okay, and then you just put it on here, and the guy said to not smash it down. I did work at a froyo place in LA where I had to make people coffee, so I should somewhat know. I don't want to be like too strong. I don't know. So I think that looks pretty good. Let me like clean this up real quick. And then it seems like you just screw the top on. I'm gonna put that on the counter. I can't do it. And then you just pop this on your stove. I guess that's it. I don't know. We'll see if it works. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the heat. I don't know if I'll do medium heat. That seems like a safe bet. And then I guess this can be open or shut, and then the coffee will come out of that thing. So I will show you guys when the coffee is coming out. Guys, it's starting to happen. Are we kidding? This looks so freaking good. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna put this down because it's splattering everywhere. But also, I don't know when I'm gonna know when it's done, so yikes. I mean, are we kidding? This looks so good. Now let's taste it. All right, folks, the moment of truth. It's really good, but I think I need a little bit of dairy-free creamer. Hold on. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. The reason that I'm adding it is because I use this like rise milk, which I do like the taste of, but it doesn't have that thickness because it doesn't have any of those gums in it. And one of the things I love about the Irving Farms latte is that it's so nice and thick. Okay, yes. Yes. I did the double shot. I think next time either I will get a darker roast, or maybe I'll try to put more coffee and maybe less water in the machine. Maybe that's what I'll do. Absolutely yummy. And this thing makes so much. Like, I mean, I did a double shot. That's a lot of coffee. Oh, I guess I don't. I have like maybe one more shot left in here, which is great. So in the mornings, if I like just want to do one shot, I can just ice the other one, so I can do a hot one and then just like put the rest of it on ice in the fridge, and then I'll have espresso for the afternoon. And also my apartment smells like a coffee shop, which is just goals. So this was definitely the right move. And honestly, I just love it because I can make iced lattes. Like, I've been doing them in my Keurig, and they're not bad in my Keurig, but it's not like the same as like a real latte, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna drink this and probably start editing this vlog, but I'll check back in with you guys later. So it is a while later, and I am now going to meet my friend Kate, who you guys have seen in a couple of my vlogs, and we are going to head to Van Leeuwen's, which is a ice cream shop in New York City. There's a bunch of them throughout the city, and they have a lot of vegan options, which is why it's one of my favorite places, just because it's just lovely being able to get ice cream and not feeling like you want to die afterwards. I'm going to head there right now. She's getting off the subway, so I should go meet her before I am late. So let's go get some ice cream. All right, you guys, I am back from ice cream, but I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.